From Rome, it's only a 15-minute train ride to the picturesque hill town of Tivoli.
In nomine Patris. E sogno su d'anticio, isterico e bizzarro, e tutti gli occhi del tradimento, la tua famiglia mi ha inchiodato qui. Il prete col dito in cielo che mi vaneggia della fedeltà. Vorrei parlare, fammi capire che questa forza non mi cambierà. Ma la speranza è l'ultima a morire. Chi li sta sperando morì, non si può dire il cuore no, no, non te lo do l'anello, no, no, scordatelo. Mi sento stretto, paralizzato, praticamente incatenato.
Oh wow, that's really incredible. That's one of the most beautiful villages I've ever seen. We're in the town of Tivoli. This must be a day trip from any Roman holiday. Nestled on the slopes of the Sabine Hills, 19 miles east of Rome, it's one of the most charming and picturesque towns in Lazio, and also one of its most unusual. It was here where Emperor Hadrian chose to build his lavish villa, and the Catholic Pope attempted to tame Mother Nature. Plunging 394 feet into the Valley of Hell, the Grande Cascata di Tivoli is the second highest man-made waterfall in Italy, but it wasn't built by the Romans, but by order of Pope Gregory XVI to divert the Anian River after a disastrous flood in 1826 devastated the surrounding landscape. In 1834, he also commissioned the Villa Gregoriana to rebuild the damaged riverbed, creating a unique harmony of natural and man-made creation. One of Tivoli's most iconic landmarks, the Temple of Vesta, dates to the 1st century BC and is part of the town's Acropolis. And the most famous monument of ancient Tibur was most likely dedicated to Vesta, the Roman goddess of health, home, and family. Its excellent condition is thanks largely to its long stint as a Christian church. And right next to it is the less impressive Temple of the Sibyl, dating from the 2nd century BC. And the Sibyl was a female oracle. Zupełnie my te akcelerując przypomina trochę. Whenever you're in Italy, it's always worth visiting at least one of its hill towns. And the region of Lazio is very famous for it, but this one is the most famous hill town that everyone comes to for obvious reasons.
Però guarda bene,
Queste guarda sinceramente io me ne posso
authentic old world
The Cathedral San Lorenzo Martire is Tivoli's most important church. Though the current cathedral was built in the mid-1600s, it had its origins during the reign of Emperor Constantine, who commissioned the church to be built atop the old Roman Forum. Though much of the interior decor dates from the early 19th century, the original apse and reliquary and one original painting has been preserved.
Sidewalk, but it seems almost everywhere you go in Italy except Venice. One of the small, quaint little towns, you have to watch out for crazy Italian drivers. Behind me is the Church of St. Sylvester, regarded as one of the most beautiful places of worship in Tivoli. Construction dates back to between the 11th and 12th century and is linked to Pope Sylvester. Now once we go inside, you'll immediately see why it's no surprise that this church is a popular wedding and celebrations venue.
Though the naves and facade were significantly altered, one feature that has remained the same are its beautifully preserved 12th century frescoes which depict Christ giving the roll of the law to St. Peter and scenes from the life of St. Sylvester connected with the conversion of Emperor Constantine.
You would think a country that has the Vatican and where divorce was illegal until only the 1970s. It's highly religious, but to the contrary, Italy is actually one of the least devout countries in Europe. These are looking buildings behind me. It's called the Casa Gotica. Should be pretty obvious why, and it's actually a 13th century travertine home. It's marked as a tourist attraction in Tivoli because it's the only house in the town that looks like this. I think this might be my favorite street in the town so far, especially since there's no cars here. Yeah, this really feels like a Italian village from the medieval ages. From what I researched, this place seemed like it was really popular, so I'm actually amazed that there's almost no tourists here. I'm at the series of stairs trying to find the entrance of the view. They left it, it's right behind these walls. I thought you could get on this way, but apparently you can, so they didn't mark on the map what side the entrance is on, so hopefully we'll find it soon.
Not here.
I can't wait till we get to enjoy a little bit more of the town. There are certainly worse places to be lost.
Było tak jak Vincenta skrót, gdybym wiedział, to mogliśmy iść tam, gdzie ścieżka kierowała przez miasto.
Oh well, we finally made it. This is Tivoli's famous Villa dell'Este. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is considered the best example of an Italian Renaissance garden in Europe. Constructed in the 16th century, this lavish 4-hectare estate was the brainchild of a prominent yet controversial Duke, Cardinal, and former governor.
Now the water that feeds the property's spectacular fountain comes directly from the Amag River that flows right below the village. The Cardinal actually incorporated the original Roman walls that were stood here, and he also decorated his estate with marble and statues stolen from Emperor Hadrian's villa further down in the valley.
I find it pretty ironic that a religious man would steal someone else's property for his own gain, but the Cardinal was always a controversial figure. His accusations of simony and stripping of his political position would ultimately cost him his papal ambitions, and his lavish lifestyle came at the expense of the local population. The Cardinal wanted a villa that would surpass anything the Romans had built, and during the course of its construction, he was hit with 12 different lawsuits for the destruction of homes, roads, and public buildings. Perhaps it was some kind of karma that he was always in debt and received a humble burial.
You have no idea how happy I am to finally be in the mountains. It's a fort, Yakish.
This is the Church of Santa Maria Maggiore in St. Francis. It was built in the 5th century atop an ancient Roman villa and altered between the 13th and 15th centuries. The church and its cloister were once owned by the Benedictine monastic order of Farfa and is among the town's most beautiful churches. The tomb of Ippolito II Dieste, grandson of Pope Alexander VI, is also housed in this church.
We somehow stumbled upon the town market. It feels like produce and some flowers over here. I even saw some freaky hair fruit over there. Yeah, very small, very traditional Italy. A very traditional Italian village architect. Oh wow. We left the historic tourist district and entered into the more residential area. Wow.
This is the pizza, but I don't think it's supposed to be mushroom. Brian is eating crackers with the cheese.
Yeah, definitely different than American pizza. Yeah, I can barely taste the mushrooms on here too. All I can taste is the tomato sauce and like a very melted cheese.
Everything is fine.
A Rzymu nie lubię. Byłam zawiedziona.
W tyle miejscach byłem i chyba nigdy nie widziałem tyle kłamczuchów i oszustów. Nie wiadomo komu ufać.
No, to lubię szybko.
Just wanted to see the view of the waterfall.
So there's not like a villa in terms of building, like Villa d'Este, for example. Villa means big garden.
Yeah.
And so we do have ruins, we do have waterfalls, we do have caves. But literally, like, if you don't have enough time, consider that it's literally like a semi-hiking thing to do. Because we do have 600 steps.
To go down, yeah?
Yeah.
Thanks for telling us.
Yeah, I thought this would make a great day trip, but I see now that you need at least a couple days to see everything this area has to offer. But it was still nice to relax and take a break from the touristy places. It's by far one of the coolest towns I've ever visited. Towns like this are definitely the best places to visit in Italy.
Okay, thank you.